What's good, peeps? It's your boy Eduard Todor. Today we're going to be reacting to Rick Lax on Fool Us. After all the Jabrizi drama, right, and he was defending him like an idiot. I mean, he got a lot of shit, and I gave him. I definitely thought, you know, I still think he's in the wrong. That's a pretty retarded thing to try to argue against. But on the other hand, he is a good magician. He's a good inventor of tricks. He invents a lot of magic. I've seen a lot of his stuff that fooled the shit out of me. I mean, his Facebook content is very arguable. Okay, I personally dislike it a lot. Okay, I know he's got an audience for it. He's got a niche. He fit the niche. You know, from a business and marketing standpoint, I respect the dude immensely. In fact, I probably want to talk to him and ask him some questions. However, from an art, you know, magic art perspective, they're really shit in my opinion. However, you know, his real magic he performs or creates is actually pretty decent. So I'm curious to see how he does on this show. Let's take a look.
My name is Rick Lax, and I invent magic tricks. When you see a magician do a magic trick, they probably didn't think of it. I did. Every day I just go to coffee shops.
I mean, let's not go that far. Let's not go that far. There's a lot of tricks out there, mate.
Because everyone else is out drinking their coffee, and I'm making flowers disappear. 8 years ago, I graduated law school, and then I passed the bar, and I drove all the way to Las Vegas to write a book about deceptions, and I just lost track of time, and here I still am. And I came this close to being a lawyer. I've spent so many years behind the camera coming up.
I hear it's pretty boring. I hear it's overhyped.
To go in front of the camera, see what I can do. But depending on how I do on Fool Us, I might go back to law.
No, you're not. You're way too well established with magic in there. No way. You make a lot of money from that Facebook stuff, son. I see you. You ain't slick. Jonathan Ross, dude. Oh, feels so good to see him.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Mr. Penn and Teller. Come on up, guys. Come on up. Penn right here, Teller right there.
Very well, thanks. How are you doing?
I'm about to make a shuffled deck of playing cards magically appear inside the breast pocket of Mr. Penn Jillette, and it's going to happen right now. Penn, reach in there and pull them out.
But I do have a deck of shuffled cards.
I'll take them. So I assume it. Thank you. I'm going to give the cards a quick shuffle. And as I do it, let me ask you, before you put the cards in your pocket, did you also shuffle them?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. I'm going to go through the cards right now. I'm going to take out those 12. And when I do it, oh boy, is it boring. Could not be more boring. So I figured while this is happening, one of us should entertain the audience by reciting a nice long poem.
I like that. I like that. There was a weird cut in here, and I'm noticing this is off Rick Lax's YouTube
is there
video.
A poem you like?
Well, there's a few. I've seen the greatest minds of my generation destroyed by madness. You want Howl? Or do you want The Outlook Wasn't Brilliant?
The Outlook wasn't brilliant for the Mudville 9 that day. The score stood 4-2 with but an inning more to play. And when Cooney's died at first and Barrows did the same, a tragic silence fell upon the patrons of the game. Straggling few got up to go in deep despair. The rest clung to hope which springs eternal in the human breast. They thought, if only Casey could get but a whack at that, we'd put up even money now with Casey at the bat. The reason these case matters a step to the place. There was a pride in Casey's bearing and a smile at Casey's face. And when responding to the crowds, Casey lightly doffed his hat.
I'm confused.
No stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat.
That's impressive that he knew that, if that even was
you can see I took out 6 black cards and 6 red cards. I'm going to ask you to give those cards a wash, Vegas style. Just mix them up. And when he's done, I'm going to look through the cards, and I'm going to try to memorize the order very quickly. And then, after I've got the order memorized, I'm going to try to separate them out into 2 piles, one with red cards, one with black cards. Let's see if I can do it.
That's really not that difficult.
So if I did that right, we should have all the red cards on one side and all the black cards on the other side. Let's see.
The thing is, you could do that with pure memory. I don't know if you did, but...
No. See, no, that's kind. It's kind, but I cannot accept that much applause for a subpar memory demonstration.
Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
If I'm gonna fool them, I can't just do something that's hard.
I have to
do something that is impossible. So, I'm gonna do the same thing again, but this time I'm gonna do it with more cards. And I'm gonna memorize the cards as I recite the poem, and then I'm gonna do something impossible, which looks like this. Where was I?
Mighty Casey at the
back, that's right. 10,000 eyes were on him as he rubbed his hands with dirt. 5,000 tongues applauded as he wiped him on his shirt. And while the writhing pitcher ground the ball into his hip, defiance gleamed in Casey's eyes. A sneer curled Casey's lip. And now the leather-covered sphere comes hurling through the air. And Casey stood a-watching, a haughty grandeur there. Close by the sturdy batsman, the ball repeated sped. That ain't my style, said Casey. Strike one, the umpire said. He bade the game go on. He signaled to the pitcher, and again the dun sphere flew. And Casey stood a-watching. And the umpire said, strike two!
How do they all know this?
So,
I'm so confused.
So I got these cards memorized. You can see there's about 19 of them, maybe 21. There's 21, I'm counting. And Teller, with your help, I'm gonna change the order of these cards. So I can split them up into 3 piles, 4 piles, 5 piles. How many piles should I split the cards up into? 5 piles. All right, then I'll try to take out about 1/5 of the cards here. That's pile number 1, 2, 3, 4, and I got 5 and another 4 and 5. So now I just have to keep track of which pile is which would have been easier if you had picked 3 piles. 5 makes it harder. Now I'm going to reassemble them, whichever order you want. So if you point to a pile, we'll put it in my hand. Okay? Next.
What's he doing with this?
And now pen a number.
10.
10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cut those to the bottom. Tell her a number. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So things are pretty simple from this point on. All I gotta do is remember the order the cards were in, remember how we changed the order, track every single one of the cards, and then split them up into red and black piles as we conclude the poem.
Strike 2.
Strike 2. I'll continue from there. Fraud, cried the maddened thousands. And the echo answered fraud. But one scornful look from Casey, and the audience was awed. They saw his face grow cold and stern. They saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey would not let the ball go by again. The smiles fled from Casey's lips. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with cruel violence his bat upon the plate. And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go, and now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow.
Okay.
Oh, somewhere in this favored land, the stars are shining bright. The band is playing somewhere, and somewhere hearts are light. And somewhere men are laughing, and somewhere children shout.
Nice.
But
that's
there
cool.
is no joy in Mudville. Mighty Casey has struck out.
Good stuff. I like it. I like the trick. I'm not too sure what happened with the... What was going on with that, the poem? How do they all know what the poem was?
Being here on stage, because
is this something that just people do? Just like memorize poems and everyone knows the same one? I don't understand.
That's right. Usually I create tricks for other magicians, so this is a very new experience for me coming out here and performing. I don't think you fooled them, let's put it that way, though.
I think it shows an enormous amount of courage.
I believe I followed that.
Because to come out here
so,
and do this here in this setting, wow, that takes a certain bravery and maybe a certain foolishness as well. I don't know. I don't know. The Teller looks. It's always hard to tell.
Wait a minute, he did shuffle that.
But he looks a little surprised. Okay, well, let's
but
go over to
I think
him.
I followed that. Let's see. I don't think he fooled him.
Boy, oh boy, that was a good routine.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right.
And not only that, it was a very, very flattering routine to take Casey at the bat, which we did off Broadway and on Broadway. We're just very flattered by you using all this Penn and Teller minutia, all this trivia to make that so good. Your performance, I love the nervous, nutty energy. You got a little nervous, of course, when you sell this. Gives us a lot of information about it. And we also copped a couple cards from the table. And the cards could, in some way, be doctored for you to be able to figure out which to go which way. All of that would be true if you had not fooled us.
Wow.
But you did.
Wait, really? Really?
Moment.
It was their cards, so he couldn't have doctored it.
Go around the front there because they want to share this with you while we bring this down.
Really?
There you go.
Just don't know enough, man. Beautifully done.
Rick, this is for you. You fooled them. You don't just get that delightful trophy. You will be coming back here to perform as part of their
I guess it'll be pretty hard to do.
Relax.
Like, I mean, I just think that, I mean, there's dudes out there that can literally memorize entire packs of playing cards based on, you know, using mind palaces and stuff like that. But knowing Penn, he knows that. He uses memory really well. So I guess I got fooled in thinking that I knew the way he was doing it, because if Penn didn't know that, that means that memory wasn't the way. Because Penn uses a lot of memory work in his acts, believe it or not. He's actually really, really good with using memory. So I thought he genuinely memorized that and then followed, you know, had it. I don't want to give much, I mean, it's the wrong answer anyway, but I thought he genuinely memorized the red-black sequence, broke it down into groups of, you know, let's say 4, depending on how many packets they said, broke it down in his mind, and then just remember the chunks, right? Because that's kind of how they usually do it. They'll memorize, you know, red, black, red, black, 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 red, black, 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 red, 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 and then they'll just remember those chunks of information, and then based on what, you know, where they are, then he just remembers which order they come in. Like, I think that it's really possible to do that with memory. I don't know if you'd be able to do it while reciting a poem, so that maybe that's what fooled me. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit than what they can do. Maybe they need complete silence. I don't know. I thought that could have been done legit, but I guess not. I guess not. Or maybe he did, and Penn just didn't think it was possible, and he fooled him anyway. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't want to, you know, if had he not fooled them, I wouldn't have said anything, but I'm assuming they would have thought of that, so that can't be the option. That's very interesting. Mad props to you, Rick Lax. Fooled the shit out of me then, I guess. Must have, right? That's crazy. I like that. I like that. For a second, I didn't understand what the whole poem thing was, but then Penn said that, you know, they used it in one of their acts or something like that, so that makes sense. That makes sense. That's interesting. I don't know. That's crazy. Alright, well that's about it for this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe. I do daily videos. You know, follow me on social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. All the links are down below. If you want to support me on Patreon or you want to join my Discord, the links for that are down below too. And as always, mad respect, much love, stay lit, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.